I'm Dylan, and welcome to Twisted Wrench Garage. What's up, guys, and thanks for joining me on another episode of Twisted Wrench Garage. It's been a while. It's like 2 months since I put out a video, but due to sickness and weather, and I've been doing some stuff around the garage. I've had Mikhail helping me out here the past few days since it's been really nice. We did get everything moved around in the garage. I've got some plans to put some shelves up, try to make myself some more room in here, because the way the garage is set up, over here I got like a water tank, so it kind of extrudes out of the garage a little bit, so I do lose some garage space there. So I moved the short bed over to that side since it's got less room over there, and I'm actually going to start working out of this side, and I moved all my stuff over here and got rid of some stuff, so we'll see how it works. I mean, I've got some stuff I got to get done. Got a few things coming up. We got my son's truck, which is what we're working on today. I've got my mom's car, which is actually she was given a car by my grandmother, and it needs some work, some sort of front end work. It's got a shake in it when you hit the brakes, and it makes a clacking noise at the same time, and we can kind of look at that when we get to that point. But what we wanted to do today is he's been getting parts together, right? He's been hoarding them together, getting them all together. They're all kind of stashed away, and he's been kind of holding off for nice weather for us to be able to do something. Because one of the things he's wanting to do is he's wanting to paint this front bumper. It's black, yes, but he wants to scuff it up, and he wants to repaint it black and clear coat it, because you can kind of see in some areas here where, let me show you. You can see right here some areas, there's a little nick there. I mean, he's not going to be able to straighten that out, but he'll be able to scuff this up and give it a good coat of paint, because he also has a new grill to put in it. Do you have new headlights?
No.
He doesn't have new headlights yet, but I think that might be a plan in the future.
Or just shine these ones.
Maybe some marker lenses. I'm not quite holding the camera quite right, am I? But maybe some corner lenses, I think. You got those. And he does really want me to lower the truck for him, and we are talking about that. That's going to be in the future, though, because we're moving the truck around. He's still got some learning to do. He doesn't quite get the area around his truck as to where he is, so he runs off the curb or whatever. So just so we're not causing any damage in the future, he can kind of get some practice driving the truck. But we're gonna hop right in here. We're gonna start tearing the front end of this truck apart and see if we can't change it up a little bit. All right, so I guess first things first, we gotta get the grill off, right? He's done this before. It's been a while since I messed with one of these.
First, these bottom headlights.
Oh, the bottom one's gotta come out.
The side marker lights, or whatever they are, whatever they're considered. Heard so many different names for them.
Yeah, we grab a fill, so I'll help you out.
A lot of these are held in with zip ties too, because we're missing 85% of the screws that hold the front end of this truck on.
Yeah, this truck has definitely had its own life. No telling what it's been through. I'm pretty sure it's made up of three or four different trucks, like Black Pearl is. Clear title though. Runs really good.
Yeah, that new battery made a huge difference.
Yeah, definitely had some. Oh, that's zip tied over here. Okay. Yeah, he's definitely got some updates. He got some SS wheels, some 454 SS wheels on his birthday. A nice gentleman traded him his SS wheels for what Mikhail had, and I mean, and they had what was it? Those are really good tires. The Cooper Cobras, Radial GTs. What were they?
275, 60.
275, 60, 15s. I mean, those are like $250, $300 tires. They're expensive. And he got a full set. He only had to buy one of them, which I heard a little bit about that because that was pretty pricey for him. He wasn't expecting to spend that much on the tire.
Just one.
All right, we got one out. I'll take it. I'll set it over here.
We're gonna need snippers for the zip tie. I got new screws and everything to hold those lights in.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got everything. All the hardware.
Cool. And it's getting a little dark. Waited on him to get home so we could do some stuff. Cause he's back in school.
Press down.
Push down, twist. There you go. Yeah, so what we're doing is we got to pull these screws out from here. There's one there, there's one here, 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 and then there's, I think there's some somewhere in here. And like one right there. And that back there is zip tied, so I'm not sure. That's this down here though, so we just got to get the rest of those pulled off.
Oh, 7mm.
7mm.
I need my big to small extension. There should be 4 up top and 1 on the side.
What size did you say it was?
7mm.
What's that?
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, I was gonna help you out here.
No socket.
And then you got one right here. And then there more? Is there any more?
Nope. That should be it. Nah, I think it's there. There's small clips that hold it in.
Yeah, I remember those.
No, most of them are busted, so it just pulls.
Let's show you guys these clips that we're talking about.
Yeah.
So right up there, right here, right in there. Let me grab you guys a flashlight. A little dark in there. Right in there, you can see that little tab. You just have to pull up on it, I think.
Yeah. Pull up.
And then it should just slip out. There's a little indent that comes out. And then those things are just lining the bottom of this thing.
Yeah, you can see where they are because on this little lower valence it protrudes up.
Oh yeah, good eye.
Most of mine are broken, so it just slides off for the most part.
All right.
It's hard to reach down in there. Yeah.
When you get behind it, you can get it.
I almost got it. There it goes.
Oh, this one went back in. There we go. All right, we got all those clips pulled off. It should just come right off.
Careful not to smash your bulbs. Forgot about one thing.
Oh, the corner lights?
Yeah, just twist and pull.
Oh yeah, these corner lights will get you every time. I wonder if that bulb's any good. Kind of looks a little off.
They're probably bad.
All right, well that's off. The next part we gotta pull is gonna be this in-between valence. It looks like it's gonna be the same size as what was up top.
Plus some zip ties.
And people are out riding their four-wheelers on this really nice day.
Yeah, that's the only zip tie. But yeah,
Yeah.
same size, 8mm.
Oh, taking advantage of my old man tools.
Yes, sir. I got a. Is that thing loosen or tighten?
What?
The drill you gave me.
It's just a drill for like drilling. So I think it only tightens. All right, so normally there'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws, but on his there was only like 3. So
Yeah, got a new one of these.
I'm pretty sure you can get those new. I'm sure LMC sells it.
Yeah, they're cheap too.
So we'll get all that set aside. And what he wants to do is he wants to pull this bumper off. We're gonna have to pull that lower valence off too.
Yeah. We'll just take it off in one big.
And I think we zip tied it last time, and I don't think I'll be able to. Well, I might be able to. I have some plastic rivets
I have the hardware to bolt it.
You have the hardware for this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, if you don't have the hardware for this, you can also plastic rivet this piece on from this side. You obviously can't do it from this side, but if you plastic riveted it from here, that would hold it. I'm sure that's how they did it from the factory, or they may have just used hardware like what he's talking about. So let's get that pulled apart.
Yeah,
and we'll get this thing set up so we can start getting it sanded down and such. We're not gonna like sand it down completely. We're just gonna scuff it up with some red Scotch-Brite, and then he's gonna give it a coat, and that'll be good enough. It ain't gotta be perfect. This is gonna be his daily driver, so this thing's gonna be getting hit by bugs and rock chips and all kinds of things. So, well, let's get that all pulled off. Here we go. 4 bolts and pop right off.
Well, 4 bolts up here and 4 bolts on the bottom.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. There. I'll let him get on the floor and get those.
Yeah. I don't even think this one's very tight.
Hold this so it don't fall on you. Come on. What is it, different size?
No. I'm just not getting enough vertical. Oh, I see. There we go. Ouch. Whoa. I was about to say, that's a different sound.
Yeah, you didn't have it on there all the way.
Yeah. It's not very heavy,
Alright.
so just
Come on off. We successfully made his truck ugly again.
It was ugly before, but we made it uglier.
It didn't look too bad. All right, so what we're doing now is we got to get all those zip ties off that we used to put the lower valence on. So that's just real quick. We'll pop those off.
This thing wasn't really the perfect shape and size, so.
Yeah, I think it was a little China piece, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it was inexpensive, but it didn't fit perfect. We made it work though.
You can get them for cheaper on LMC truck.
Yeah, I think now that he's learned about LMC truck, he's appreciating them a little bit more.
Using them a lot.
Oh, I missed one.
Yeah, one more. Ouch. There goes.
All right, so that can come off. I just have some red Scotch-Brite. That's what we're going to use on this. I gave him a bigger piece. I'm going to let him do a majority of it. I'm going to help him out. But we're just scuffing it up so we can actually get the paint to stick to it. Meaning we're not trying to take the paint all the way down to metal. We're just really just trying to scuff it up. Give the paint something to stick to and adhere to. And then after we sand it down, give it a good scuff, make it a uniform, scuffed up gray surface, I guess. And then we'll do our wipe down with some oil and grease remover. Then we'll start painting. It shouldn't take much. Because again, we're not chasing perfection, we're just chasing looking better. As long as it looks better, we'll be happy, right? right, you guys have seen me use this stuff before. Just some Duplicolor grease and wax remover, just to help get all this nice and clean. Make sure there's none of our fingerprints or oils or anything on there on it. Anything that's going to cause us any kind of issues with our paint adhering. Usually on a day you want to paint, you want to make sure it's 70 degrees up, in that area, because then you're gonna fight issues when it comes to paint. It may not fully adhere correctly, or it may take forever to dry, those kind of things. But I think we got to like 72 today, something like that. I think it'll be all right.
Yummy.
That right there will probably be enough for this whole bumper. We're just gonna give her a wipe. And where we're gonna paint. Keeping in mind, you don't want to touch it after you wipe it down with this stuff.
Yep.
Because then you'll just be undoing what you just did. We're gonna have to give it some time to air dry. A few minutes or so.
Isn't it mostly alcohol, so
But-
it dries pretty quick?
I mean, we didn't wipe it down after we scuffed it, but I mean, you can see, the stuff that it pulls off, it's too much to neglect, You gotta pull that stuff off of there. But yeah, I think we're good. We're just gonna let this air dry a little bit, let it get fully dry,
I'm gonna hit up here a little bit more.
and then we'll start laying some paint. All right, I say it's dry enough. We're just gonna use some cheap old Rust-Oleum. It's like Dollar General paint. It's all we're using, guys. Just nice cheap stuff. Pick up a Dollar General. Make sure you shake it up real nice. You can put it in some warm water. If it it is cold outside, a little chillier, a little lower than 70, you can put it in some warm water, not like super crazy hot, just some warm water. That actually helps break down the molecules of the paint and helps it spray a little bit better too. But I think we're okay for today with this. So what we want to start with is just a really, really light coat. We're not trying to cover this entire thing, we're just dusting it. So this is all I'm doing, is just slightly just gonna dust it. And then when we go with our second coat, we'll go a little heavier, and that will actually help it stick, this little dust coat. I'm not going super heavy. As you can tell, we're just lightly dusting it. You can see it kind of spots up as you're spraying it. He doesn't have a whole lot of experience painting, so that's why he asked me to kind of go over the steps with him, how I would do it myself. And that right there, that's good enough for the first coat. Doesn't have to be super heavy, we just wanted a light dust. So when we go with our second coat, it'll be nice and good adhered. So we'll give this 10 minutes, we'll let it cure a little bit, then we'll go with another heavier coat. And then, well, how many coats do you want to do on it? So then we got this can, this thing. I think this can alone will give us 1 or 2 good coats. And we've got another 2 cans over there, so I mean, we could do maybe 3 coats of color and then
3 clear.
This is gloss too though, so we might not need your gloss.
Yeah, I was just wanting it to be extra shiny to match the grill though.
We'll see how it looks with this just by itself before we gloss it, because this right here is a gloss, so you don't want to overdo it on the gloss. So we'll give this 10 minutes or so, let it set up a little bit, and then we'll come back. We'll give it a good coat. It's been sitting for about 2 or 3 minutes. I just wanted to show you what I was talking about. You guys can see where it just kind of dusts it a little bit. There are some dull spots. There are some little shiny spots. And that's what you're looking for. You're not looking for good coverage right off the bat. You're just looking for that dust coverage. It's been roughly about 6 minutes or so. Just feeling it in areas where it's not going to be visible. All I'm doing is just feeling for it to be just a little tacky. And it is. It's just barely just a little tacky. So we're good enough now that I think we can go ahead with our heavier coat. Not gonna like sit there and hold it on or anything, but we're gonna give it a good, decently heavier coat. We're gonna get our full coverage this time. And then from here on out, it will be full coverage sprays. So I'm gonna hold this roughly 4 to 6 inches from my piece. And what I like to do, regardless, I mean, if you're running with like an actual spray gun using an air compressor, you're gonna follow your swoops through, right? Okay. And that's what you're gonna do with these spray cans as well. You want to finish out your spray. You don't want to just stop in the middle of it, because that's how you end up with stripes. Follow the panel. Try not to get it super, super thick, because you don't want it to end up with a bunch of runs. And even if it's a little spotty on this coat, that's fine. It doesn't have to be fully perfectly coated on this coat either. But as you can tell, I'm finishing my strokes past my panel. I might be wasting a little paint, but I'm getting a better result. That's really the key. And you also don't want to rush it. When you start rushing these things, that's how you end up making a bunch of mistakes. You end up with a bunch of runs, and then you're like, oh, what the heck. There are ways of dealing with that stuff, though. And you can kind of see the panel as you're spraying it. It'll go from a dull to a decently shiny. And we're almost done with our second coat. I'm gonna try to get that underlip a little bit here.
Yeah, I was about to say, on the ends of the bumper, could you spray on just a tad bit on the inside, so that way, if you're looking at it from behind, it doesn't look too bad.
What he's asking me is he wants me to hit just on the inside right here, so if you're looking at the back of the truck, it doesn't look, you know, dull or rusty. So I'm just going and hitting that just real quick. Making sure I got good coverage here. A little bit extra on the bottom. And then right in here.
Can I try next coat?
Yep, next coat. You can do that if you want.
Okay.
So we're gonna take this, we're just gonna let this sit for another 10 minutes. Let it cure up. We'll do another coat. We'll probably just go through this entire can. We'll see how it looks, see how thick it is, and we'll kind of go from there. Coat number 3. See, now you're spraying a little light and you're spraying a little too far away. So you want to be about 4 to 6 inches, and you want to spray it a little wetter.
Okay.
Because it's gonna look exactly how you spray it. So if you spray it dry and it looks dusty like this, it's exactly how it's gonna look.
Okay. So, like that.
There you go. Spray paint is a little less forgiving. How many times you go over the same spot?
with that.
It's okay. Well, let's just call it good there. And then on this next coat, let me do this next coat, and I'm gonna do it nice and wet.
Okay.
We're gonna do a fourth coat. This is gonna be a nice and wet coat. I'm gonna do this one. He didn't do too bad. He got a little fast in some areas, but we're just gonna give it a nice, good wet coat. Too much right there, but it'll be fine. Just kind of looking over it now, making sure I don't have any dry spots. I'm just going to throw what's left in this can on here. This can is almost empty. That is looking good. Nice glossy wet. It does have a little bit of orange peel. You're going to have that with the spray can, which you could wet sand it and buff it out and make it a little better. It'll be difficult though, because spray paint, it is, you know, depending on if you're using like a gloss like this, mixed in, so you can still get a pretty good glossy shine out of the spray paint. I've seen it. Seen some people do some pretty crazy, good looking stuff with it.
I think it'll be alright. It'll match the rest of the truck.
That's about all she wrote. That's it. One little squirt. We're out. So we're gonna let this set up and cure up, I think. Let it see. He wants to see what it really looks like, because we might go ahead and clear it. This does have a gloss in it already, so it is pretty shiny already. So we're just gonna kind of see what he thinks once it dries up a little bit. I personally think it looks pretty good. I think it'll go great with the new grill he's got. So we'll bring you guys back once this is cured up. Maybe it might be tomorrow. We're running out of daylight now, and really all we're doing right now is just kind of waiting for paint to dry, and you know how that goes. So if I have any kind of updates, I'll bring you guys back and update you. But if not, we'll see you guys tomorrow after he gets out of school, and we'll see if we can't get this all patched back up. Well, I said I was going to bring it back if I had an update. And I got an update. Not on the bumper, though. The boy brought out his breather. Over the winter, he's been kind of fooling with it, painting it, kind of customizing it, kind of the way he wants. And what he came up with was this here. Because America. It's not perfect, you know. And again, I told him, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, you just have to like it. As long as you like it, That's really all that matters. So what he wants me to do is he wants me to take a little of that clear that, you know, he bought for the bumper. We're just gonna clear coat over this real quick. Let both of these dry overnight. That way he can throw this back on the truck too. So I'm gonna get this shaken up. We'll get to spray this down and we'll see what it looks like all glossy and shiny. I'm trying not to get the bumper with this clear because it's already cleared, but I'm just gonna go, just like the black paint, we're just gonna give it just a light little dust. And then we'll go heavier afterwards. And I might move this over somewhere else, give me a little bit better of an angle on some of these spots, but this is just giving us a little dust so our clear coat has something good to stick to, just like that black paint. And I won't show you guys the whole process. I showed you guys that on the bumper. So I'll just give this its coats just like the bumper, and then we'll bring you guys back. All right, that's fully cleared. You can see it's got a little bit of a shine to it. But like I told him, you know, he likes it. I think it looks pretty good for doing it by hand. He did a great job. I'm proud of him. Little bit of a dark spot there, but we ain't worried about it. So we're gonna let this stuff cure overnight. Then we'll get back out here tomorrow when he gets home from school. We'll see if we can't get this all patched up. What's up, guys? Back again on another day at Twisted Wrench Garage, working on the boy's Chevy truck. Had to skip a day. It rained most of the day yesterday, or yesterday after he got off the bus. It basically started raining right after he got home, so we couldn't really do much. But we're back the next day. He's got all of his new parts out. We got a new center grill, all black. He got that from LMC trucks. He got this mid piece that goes in between the grill and the bumper. He also got that from LMC. He also said it came with the hardware for the bumper for the lower valence. He got that from LMC as well. So we've got a lot of the stuff to replace a lot of the missing hardware for this, so it'll actually get mounted properly this time. Whereas before we were just kind of slapping it on there just to kind of do something. So we're gonna go ahead and hop in here. We're just kind of figuring out how we're gonna put these little clamps on here. I guess it's just a slip-on style with a bolt that you put on afterwards, and we'll get that lower valence on this bumper. Then we'll start getting everything put back on the truck. This shouldn't take too much to get all this put back together. He also snagged up some clear lenses for the corners, so we'll need to pop those in there as well, and we'll have to move over his Chevy emblem. It's not in the greatest condition, but he'll get a new one eventually. Little update. We don't have any instructions for a lot of this stuff, so whenever I said that the clips went on the bumper, we were wrong. So we just quickly pulled the little two off that we had on there, and we just quickly snapped them onto the bumper with the protruding part facing towards this area here. And then you just bolt it through this side, and that's what we're doing right now. We got one end on. We'll just get this other end going. And all I gotta do is just add the hardware down as we go, and we'll have to adjust it because this isn't perfect. So we'll bring you guys back when we're getting this all slapped back on the truck. All right, so we got the bumper all set up. He also picked up a front license plate holder because he wanted to put on his Heartbeat of America vanity plate. He really liked that, so we got him that to put on there as well. So we got all that mounted up. We're just gonna go ahead and slap this bumper on, and we can start finishing up this front end. Just 3/4 inch bolts. There's 8 of them.
4 up top, 4 on bottom.
Yep, 4 on top, 4 on bottom. Where is, you got more bolts in your hand?
Yeah. Ow.
You go grab these other ones. Keep in mind, guys, don't tighten these down until you get them all started. This thing's gonna look good all blacked out.
Yep.
Maybe we're gonna have to paint that hood. I think I've said that before. But painting that hood black will probably really set this thing off even more.
Get some black center caps for it.
Yeah, we still need a center caps. Let me show you those wheels that he got on his birthday. Really like the way they look. Just really needs to grab those center caps. We need to go out to the salvage yard one of these nice days and see if we can grab those center caps. Apparently they come in black and in chrome, and the ones that go to these wheels, the chrome ones, are like $350, $400 for that set. So we're gonna try to find a set of the black ones, I think, from just a regular old 5-lug Chevy, and that'll look really good on there. So, but yeah, those are awesome. Cooper Cabras with the 275 6015s. This is the brand new one he bought. The rest of them were already on there. They're really good shape still. Really good tread. Really good condition. Oh, give that back. All right, he's putting in his new in-between valence, I guess you can call it. We did have to order a new kit that came with these little clips. They just snap in. He was only missing one, but now he's got that brand new one, and he's got new bolts all to go into it as well. So get this put in here.
Gotta hook it in right here.
Yep, got a little spot there. All right, let's see. Is that gonna line up?
That's the wrong bolt.
I don't think that's gonna line up. Yeah, I think this tab's gonna have to be cut off because it's hitting this piece right here. So, interesting. This one will bolt up okay. This one bolt up okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one will. But I bet it's just these end ones.
Yeah. There we go.
No, we've gotta actually do some trimming on this. So we're gonna pull this back out. We're gonna have to trim this arm off on both ends, and then it should sit down where we need it to. So a little customization ain't gonna hurt nothing. All right, with that trimmed off, we can get this all put into place. All right. Piece by piece, this thing's starting to really come together.
Got 3 left over too.
All right, now it's time for the grill, but it is going to need some setup. We got to put some clips in to hold those lower lights. So we'll get that all put together, and then we'll get it all patched up. All right, with some of these clips, we just got to snap these in here. We got 4 on either side there, and then here, over here, we got 4 here. Then we have to put the lenses in as well. So we just pop these things in here and put the centerpiece on.
Bow tie.
And I think we'll be good to go. We're just putting the last 2 pieces on the grill. These can actually go on the grill, and then the whole thing can go on. You don't have to pull them off beforehand. But got the badge, got those new marker lights, and we did go ahead and change these bulbs out to amber because they have to be for you know, law purposes. So we'll just go ahead and get that slapped in, and we'll get this put on the front of the truck. I'm excited for him. This is gonna look really good. All right, here we go. See if I can grab these lights for him over here. Probably should. Yeah, you don't necessarily have to take them off, but probably should, I guess, huh? Make it just easy. It just makes it easier, I guess. There we go. There's one. There's 2.
Might want to check, make sure we got them in the right holes. I'll get in the truck and turn the lights on, make sure.
All right.
You gotta twist that, it'll fall out. There you go.
All right, got yours.
You gotta set it down where these clips.
All right, well, I'll hold it here if you want to check them.
Yeah, I'm gonna check.
I'll just hold it. Oh, that's gonna look good. Yeah, I think I got this side backwards. If where turn it back on. Come up here so you can see where they are. I'm not sure if that's right or not. Because you got that one over there on the outside.
Yeah, that's supposed to be on the outside.
Okay, so here, I'll hold this. Do you want to swap it?
Yeah, I'll swap them real quick.
Yeah, I got the lights in there backwards, so we're gonna have to swap those around. All right, we just checked all the lights, got them in the right spots. He's just gonna align those bottom tabs so they'll snap in. And this should be ready to get bolted up.
Oh, it's not in. Went down. Come on. There we go. Yep.
All right, you want to come make sure this side's snapped in? Yeah. Well, we got all the bottom clips in. We just got the top bolt started. I'm just going to snug these up. I'm not going to over tighten them or anything. Just going to give them a good little snug because this will crack on us. And one more. All right. You want to grab those tools? Let's close that hood.
I gotta get the scoop on.
What? Oh, the breather. That's right. All right, before we close this hood up and take a final look, where you're going to pop that breather on that he custom made. I think it turned out really good. Definitely like the theme, America. That's awesome. It was orange. If you guys saw any of the other videos on it, you guys probably saw it was orange at one point in time. And the same color as this over here. They went through and painted some stuff. He ripped off the plastic dip that was all on this. Couldn't see what was in it. And that's looking a lot better. It was all just kind of chipping off anyway, so he just went through and cleaned it all off. But yeah, that looks really good, man. Good job.
Custom.
Now you got something to show off when you open your hood. I like it. All right, let's close that hood. Let's take a step back. A little dim in the light, but that is nice. I like those corner lights. Yeah, we need to paint that hood black. It's gonna be in the future for sure. Man, that looks good.
Hood is the very top.
Yeah, hood in the top. That front vanity plate definitely sets it off too. Man, your truck is really coming together, man. It's looking really good. But I think that's where we are gonna call it in this video, guys. I do appreciate you guys tuning in and hanging out with us in the garage while we updated the front end of his truck. There's a few other things we need to get handled on this truck because he does want to start driving it, and I'll start letting him drive himself to work with me, riding with him, and then I'll drive it back so he can just start getting some more practice. But we do need to address some tail light issues. For some reason, the passenger tail light and turn signal isn't working, so we're gonna have to take a look at that. It might just be a bulb issue. But we've also got to pull the pan off the rear end. We're gonna reseal it and give it some new dinosaur juice in there. And I think other than that, I think it'll be ready to start driving. Other than the fuel gauge, he does have a new fuel pressure, or not fuel pressure, but he does have a new fuel pump with the fuel sender that he wants to put in because the gas gauge just kind of bounces whenever you start to get low on gas. So we want to get that fixed too, but that's going to require us to pull the bed off, and that'll be another video. But I think next time you guys should see this truck, we should be getting the tail lights fixed, get that rear cover taken care of, and we might be able to go see if we can take it for a spin. It's not fully on our insurance just yet, so we can't fully drive it just yet, but we're going to get that taken care of. But again, I do appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm definitely sorry it's been 2 months since I put out my last video, but I do appreciate you guys tuning in and hanging out with us. It means a lot. All the subscribers and the members that have joined, your guys' support really means a lot to me and my family. But until next time, we'll see you guys later.